Anson Winder back with us on BYU Sports Nation, our current BYUtv basketball analyst. Anson, good to have you back in Studio
Thanks
B.
for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
It's a sweater day.
Except for
Some
you,
say.
man.
You didn't get the text.
I was just in Malibu. I don't know where you guys have been, man.
All right, Anson, we're going to talk about the back half, the back 10 for BYU here in a minute. But first and foremost, why is Pepperdine such a tough matchup for BYU?
I think credit to Pepperdine. They scout us, I think, better than anyone in the league. I watched the game, and I think, man, they know our plays just as well as we do. I think just as well as BYU knows their own plays. They're running it. They're beating BYU to the spots. And credit to their coaching staff, credit to their team. They just know how to scout us.
Has BYU become somewhat predictable then, or you just think Pepperdine's done a good job?
Maybe it could be a little bit of both. It could be the fact that we're so consistent in the fact that the plays we run on, gamely. We run all the time. Mm-hmm. And Pepperdine could see that and say, hey, look, we know what plays BYU is going to run when they run them, and they prepare for it better than anyone, I'd say.
3 losses in a row in Malibu, but BYU now has Pepperdine at home. They play LMU and Pepperdine last week, turn around and get them in the Marriott Center. How do you like BYU's chances on their home floor against the Waves?
I think BYU will do a lot better at home. Of course, just mentally, you don't have to deal with that grueling travel of going to California and then having to play 2 road games. I think the fact that they can stay here for a week and prepare and feel comfortable being back on the Marriott and having the fans behind them and that home field advantage, it'll pay dividends come Thursday and Saturday.
Last year we talked a lot about the rebounding margin because I think until the West Coast Conference title game, you as a senior in that team were, I think, undefeated on the season or something when you out-rebounded teams. Was that something you guys talked about? Because Saturday BYU was a -2 in the rebounding margin and lost on the road.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's talked about. And it's rare that BYU is outscored, out-rebounded, and I think they had more assists than and outshot. Their field goal percentage was better than ours as well. So it's rare, and it's tough to win, as we know. You're going to win very few games when you're outdid in every category like we were that game. And it's definitely something that's talked about because rebounding is such a key factor on the offensive and defensive end. If you lose that battle, it's tough to win that game.
I don't know that people understand just how difficult it is to play away from home consistently. BYU has now played 9 of the last 11 on the road. So, that being said, Anson, I know you're a competitor and you were in it. How much of Saturday's struggle at Pepperdine specifically has to do with the fact that BYU is a little bit road weary?
I think that plays a huge part. Even in my 4 years, I don't remember having a schedule this brutal on the road. And it takes a toll, especially when you're talking about taking a young team on the road for so many weeks at a time. I can't remember the last time they've been here, it seems like, that they've played a home game. So it definitely takes a toll, and you can see the guys get tired, especially when coach kind of dwindles down the lineup and you're playing 6 or 7 guys, major minutes. You could see it kind of wear, towards the end of the weekend.
Is there too much pressure on Nick Emery and Chase Fisher to make plays right now because there's not a lot of scoring coming off the bench? Like if Zach Selya struggles, there's going to be like 4 points off the bench, which is what the case was Saturday.
I don't know if I'd say it would mainly be on their shoulders as much as it is a team, the full team concept. Yes, we haven't gotten a ton of contributions down low, but everyone knows BYU is a perimeter-oriented team. We have to shoot jump shots to win, and you live and die by making outside shots. So whether that be Nick or that be Chase, everyone has to hit their shots, or not on a consistent basis for them to win the game.
What is it about teams that can go on the road and shoot the ball well? What is it mentally that allows a team that, even though they're not in their own gym, they just go wherever they go, they feel like they're going to shoot the ball well? Because this team has struggled at Portland and now at Pepperdine in the last few.
I think that's some confidence and then some experience that goes along with it. I feel like just me as a player, I'd never felt comfortable shooting away from home till like my second, third year being in the conference and playing college basketball. And that just comes with the territory. You're so comfortable being at home and making shots at home. You go on the road and it's like, whoa, I wasn't ready for this. And that's something that I think they're starting to be more comfortable with, but clearly they're not there yet.
You were on 3 teams that made the NCAA tournament, and all 4 years pretty bubblicious, especially last year.
Yeah.
Had to get the Gonzaga win. Yet we sit here and we look at BYU and we go, and we both argued for BYU still being able to make the NCAA tournament. What was it like in those situations where you knew you had to play well down the stretch, and in 3 of those 4 years in which you made the tournament, you went 8-2 down the back 10?
I think the pressure adds to your competitiveness, and you go out, and not to say that the guys aren't trying to compete to win before, but it's just that added edge now that your backs are against the wall, and it's do or die at this point, where we either win or win and move on, or you don't. And it's not scary for me right now, because you look at my freshman year and where we barely went to the tournament, and we were a playing game for that year as well.
The Iona game.
Yeah, the Iona game. I was scared then going in, because we didn't have those great wins. We did beat Gonzaga down the stretch, but even then you don't have a ton of quality wins. You just get to 23, 24 games. And to this team, I think if they get to 25 games and can beat a St. Mary's and a Gonzaga at home, it'll only add to our chances of going to the tournament at the end of the year.
All right, let's have some fun with this. The last 10 games, I just want you to tell me win, toss-up, or loss, okay? I'm going to throw out a name. You tell me win, toss-up, or
You've
loss.
got RPI Wizard up. Look out.
Starting with this Thursday, LMU in Provo.
Win.
Pepperdine in Provo.
Toss up.
Woo!
St. Mary's in Provo.
Win.
Pacific.
You go win with St. Mary's over Pepperdine. Wow.
Pepperdine has just caused so many problems over the years.
Okay.
And they handed it to us at home last year. Not to say they'll do that again this year, but it's more of a toss-up, I think.
Okay.
Because of the matchup,
Pacific in Provo.
Win.
At San Francisco.
Ooh, win.
Okay. At Santa Clara.
It's tough, though.
It'll be a tough win, but win, yeah. At Santa Clara, win.
Okay.
Another tough one, though.
At San Diego.
They're struggling this year. I'd say win.
Okay, then 3 home games to finish. San Diego at home.
Win.
Portland at home.
Toss up.
Okay, Portland at home as a toss-up.
I just heard someone like on the crew in the headset go, loss on that one.
To who, San Diego or Portland?
Portland. What in the world?
Portland at home, a
That's
toss-up.
a loss.
Okay, Gonzaga at home to close out the regular season.
Toss up.
Toss-up.
That's fair.
Okay.
Because Gonzaga always bounces back after they lose games. You see when we beat them last year, the run that they went on took them all the way to the Elite Eight
and lost to Duke.
Yeah. So they bounce back from losses.
Okay, so 7 wins, 3 toss-ups. And the toss-ups, Anson has pointed out, Pepperdine at home, Portland at home, Gonzaga at home. You like all 3 road wins for BYU, at San Francisco, at Santa Clara, at San Diego.
Yes. Santa Clara will be tough on the road. They even gave Gonzaga problems. They probably should have beat Gonzaga on the road.
They always do.
But they always do. They play well at home, and that's expected. I don't think this will be a game where BYU goes and blows them out by no means. But I think
even though they won by 36 at home. That's what they
yeah, exactly.
36.
It's amazing what a home court do for a team.
So BYU, chances to go 9-1.
Or 26.
Or get to 20. Yeah, get to, is it 25 or 26?
25 is the number for me.
25
26 is a little too high now.
That would be 12-1 in the last 13.
20,
Getting to the championship game would be to get 26 wins.
25, you can afford 2 losses. What is it about Vegas, by the way, that is this a year where BYU could actually just go in there and win the tournament?
Yes.
I feel like no offense to last year's team. For whatever reason, I feel like this year's team is more capable than last year's. I don't know why.
I think so too, because
inside presence with Kyle Davis.
Yeah, inside presence, and you look at the makeup of the conference. Gonzaga can lose. St. Mary's can lose. Whereas the years previous, you didn't always feel that way about Gonzaga. It was they'd have close games, but you didn't necessarily think, they would lose to this team or this team. Same with St. Mary's. So it's more of a toss-up this year, which adds for BYU's favor because they could easily catch heat and go in there and win the tournament.
Anson Winder with us on BYU Sports Nation, joining us in Studio B.
Yeah, if BYU has 25 wins and they have a win over St. Mary's and or Gonzaga, and they get to Tuesday night, which is championship night, you think BYU's in, win or lose? Because the numbers say about 59% in right now.
59% in. I like those chances. I think, me personally, I would say yes. You just never know with the selection, with the team, the committee that picks. They may not say that that's enough. I think that would be enough. I think that would get him in.
And the last, 3 out of the last 4 years when BYU's been in that situation where you have at least like 25, it's been in. Last year was 25. The number was 25.
I think so, because no matter which conference you're in, winning 25 games that's an impressive feat.
It's tough to do.
That's tough to do. There's teams in the ACC that don't win 25 games and still go to the tournament.
Sure. Yeah.
So
18-16, North Carolina.
Here's the thing for me to watch. Okay, 2 years ago when BYU got a 10 seed, they were not in a playing game. You played Oregon. It was the 10 seed. 3-1 against St. Mary's and Gonzaga that year.
Right now it's 1-1. You've got a legit shot to be 3-1.
3-1 still.
BYU goes 3-1 against those teams. Whew.
And as of right now, BYU's in 4th place, meaning they'd play St. Mary's potentially in a semi.
With home games down the stretch.
With home games.
There you go, Anson. Always compelling stuff, my friend. Nice sweater.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Jaron,
I think I got this out of your
we'll
closet.
send you the memo the next time.
Yeah. Just text me. Include me.
With the shoulder designs even, Anson.
Yeah, this was in your closet, Spencer. I think I grabbed this out of your closet.
From Express? Where'd you get that?
I don't know. Ask Spencer. He